One of us will be more right than the rest.
You're right.
And the others will be wrong. Let's get some playoff picks for the rest of the AFC, though. Let's start with the Browns in general. Jay, when you made your playoff predictions, were the Browns one of your 7 teams?
I have them as a wild card team, yes. Did you make a still? Okay, I'll just rip through my AFC playoff teams. It looks a lot like last year. I've got one out and one in. Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo, and Houston are your division winners. Cincinnati, Cleveland, and the Chargers are your wild cards. I think Jim Harbaugh is going to make a world of difference.
I do too, but
I think Justin Herbert's going to be the comeback player of the year, and I think he's going to have a Pro Bowl season, and they scare me.
I flip it up. I got the same exact list except for the Chargers. I got the Jets. I have the Jets making the playoffs this year, not the Dolphins.
I think I have all the same teams from last year, which you know is not going to happen. But
no, usually 1 or 2 are out.
Chiefs, Bengals, Texans, Bills, and Ravens, Browns, Dolphins as wild cards.
So you ran it back.
I had Jags in there, and then I couldn't leave the Dolphins out. I'm not as high on the Dolphins this year, but I still think
I had a hard time leaving the Jets and the Dolphins out. The 2, by the way, that I would have taken out would be the Chargers and the Browns.
Yeah. Oh, the Browns are...
They were borderline.
I mean, I've pissed off enough people this summer. I figured I better at least include the Browns without burning my house down.
I'll let you borrow the brown hat.
All right, well, I guess I'll be the one to piss off the fans. I have the Browns not making the playoffs.
Okay, that's
finishing 9-8. I got the Bengals
9-8.
9-8.
I think 10-7, 9-8.
I got them 10-7.
9-8.
I got the
that schedule. There's a stretch in that schedule where it is brutal.
Lord,
I've got the Bengals and I got the Ravens winning the division. Bengals wild card in the North. I've got the Bills not making the playoffs.
Oh, really?
I got the Dolphins winning the division. The Jets being a wild card.
Woo! You've been shitting on Aaron Rodgers all summer. Now you got the Jets in the playoffs.
I think he'll be okay. I just don't think he'll be great. But I think with their defense and their skill
defense
positions,
is so good.
Yeah.
In the West, I've got only the Chiefs making the playoffs. In the South, I have the Texans and the Jags grabbing one of the wild cards.
Solly's getting fired if the Jets don't make the playoffs. He's out.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
In the NFC,
what
say you?
I'll rip through my list. I got Philly, Detroit, Dallas, San Francisco, Green Bay, the Rams. I took the Bucks out. I threw the Falcons in.
G, do you agree?
No, I ran it all the way back. I think the Buccaneers actually win the division again.
Wow, no kidding. Listen, they could.
You got the rest the same?
Yep.
I just wanted to change something about it. I didn't want to, because usually something does change. And I think the Rams are still good. I think Green Bay is great. San Francisco, Dallas, Detroit, Philadelphia. Maybe I thought about taking Philadelphia out.
I did too. I think Sirianni's getting fired.
I think he is too. It was a dumpster fire. Last night when they were talking about the Eagles, I think someone said it was a collapse. And Chris Collinsworth, it was his son in the pregame shows, or somebody said it wasn't a collapse. It was a disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
My dark horse though is the Chicago Bears.
I can't do that. I thought about it. I can't.
I need to see something
horse
from this kid before I buy into it.
And I was mad all off season because they put him on the list higher than everybody we got on the Browns. But
I got Niners, Lions, Cowboys, Falcons, and then Packers, Rams, and I did include the Eagles, even though I feel least confident.
Oh, we have the exact same 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Eagles winning the division. Despite how it ended last year, I think Jalen Hurts is going to have an MVP caliber season. I think he was hurt last year, and that's why he didn't play as well. I've got the Cowboys and, how about this, the Washington Commanders making the playoffs.
Wow.
There's your shocking rookie quarterback.
Ooh.
In the North, I have the Lions winning the division and the Packers making the playoffs. In the West, I have only the 49ers making the playoffs.
No Rams.
And in the South, no. And I have a bad feeling about Matthew Stafford staying healthy
You're a big
this year.
Stafford guy.
I like him a lot, but I have a bad feeling he's not going to stay healthy. And in the South, I'm with you guys on the Falcons. Well, not the UG because you got the Bucks. I got the Falcons winning the division.
AFC Championship. Do you have something else you want to go?
No, I was just saying, give us a Super Bowl.
I got Kansas City and Baltimore. This is so boring. Kansas City and Baltimore, San Francisco and Dallas. I've got, which is the Dallas is different. They didn't make the championship game last year. And I've got San Francisco beating Kansas City to keep the 3-year dynasty coming true.
NFC, I got San Francisco and the Packers. I got the Packers winning that game.
Okay.
And
wow.
then in the AFC, I got the Browns and the Chiefs, and unfortunately, Chiefs win the game. And then I'm gonna take. I'll end up taking the Chiefs. I think they win again.
3 in a row for the Chiefs.
I had to get spicy. I'm with you. Packers, Niners, NFC Championship. Packers winning, and the Texans beating the Chiefs.
Wow.
And the Texans winning the Super Bowl.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You know what?
Yeah.
I like that, though, because if you're wrong, no one will remember.
Yeah, who cares?
If you're right, you get to write a book.
I just couldn't stomach picking the Chiefs again. I just couldn't do it.
Listen, I don't.
And
I mean, no joy in it.
If you waterboard me, Chiefs. But
Right.
let's have some fun.
Yeah. I like what you did
I
there.
do like the Texans.
I've got in the AFC the Chiefs beating the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. In the NFC, I've got the Lions beating the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. And in the Super Bowl, I have the Chiefs beating the Lions.
I have the Lions over the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, for the record. Lions over the Chiefs.
That'd be a fun one. The thing that kept me from every year there's a team that rose from the ashes. In 20, it was the Browns, and then they fell off. 2 years ago, it was Jacksonville, and then they fell off. I'm not sure that Houston can duplicate what they did last year. There's a full year of tape now.
Yeah.
I know they're going to have guys health-wise that
Yeah.
they didn't have, but if I'm looking for one team that everybody is saying is going through the roof, I don't know if the Texans can do it again.
The difference to me is, and obviously he's got to prove it another year, but C.J. Stroud to me is way better than Trevor Lawrence and Baker Mayfield.
And if
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs
And
has anything
their-
left, that's a huge upgrade.
And their
for
wide
them.
receiving talent is absurd.
It's off the charts.
Yeah.
It's off the charts.
Yeah.
And they'll be healthy. You know, if the idea is that they stay healthy.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And I still hate you, Houston, the city of Houston.
Yeah.
So it pains me to pick.
By the way, I talked to a guy who's in Houston media who actually used this term. He said the state of Texas has been the beneficiary of 2 of the greatest trades in NFL history. You, my
Herschel
friend,
Walker trade.
are the Minnesota
Yeah.
in that equation. And he said, and it's not just my opinion. That's
Well,
people.
who did they get? Because Stroud had nothing to do with that trade.
Tank Dell's the best guy they actually
No,
drafted.
it's not. It's not even just who they exactly took with that pick.
Yeah.
We'll see on
It's
Monday.
that they had that equity to use. And as the Cowboys parlayed it into Super Bowls, he thinks Houston will too.
They may.